Daylight reality check. Everything supports me. Do you know what supports your existence right now? Just to scratch the surface of this, suppose you've eaten your breakfast, sat down in your favorite chair, and picked up a book. Your neck and shoulders support your head. The bones and muscles of your chest support your breathing. Your chair supports your body. The floor supports your chair. The earth supports the building you live in. Various stars and planets hold the earth in its orbit. Outside your window, a man walks down the street with his dog. Can you be sure that he isn't playing a part in your support? He may work every day in a cubicle filing papers for the power company that makes your lights come on. Among the people you see on the street and the countless hands and eyes working behind the scenes, can you be sure that there is anyone who isn't supporting your existence? The same question applies to the generations of ancestors who preceded you and to the various plants and animals that had something to do with your breakfast. How many unlikely coincidences allow you to be here? To explore this for a while, look around and see if there is anything you can say for sure doesn't play some role in supporting you. Now look again at the 3 a.m. thought, nothing supports me without my efforts. In this moment, wouldn't it be more true to say, everything supports me without my efforts? The proof is that here you are sitting in your chair doing nothing, being fully supported. Everything supports you whether or not you even notice it, whether or not you think about it or understand it, whether you love it or hate it, whether you're happy or sad, asleep or awake, motivated or unmotivated. It just supports you without asking for anything in return. Right now, sitting in your chair as you breathe, notice that you are not doing the breathing. You're being breathed. You don't even have to be aware of it. You don't even have to remember to breathe, because that is supported too. Complicated and intricate as your requirements for existence might be, they are all being met. At this moment, there's nothing you need to do. Notice how it feels to take in that thought. Now think of something you don't have. I'm sure you can think of something. Heaven. This is wonderful. I could stay here forever. Hell. This is not quite perfect. The thought that kicks you out of heaven. The thought that kicks you out of heaven could be, I'd be a little more comfortable if I had a pillow. Or it could be, I'd be happier if my partner were here. Without that thought, you're in heaven, just sitting in your chair, being supported and being breathed. When you believe the thought that something is missing, what do you experience? The immediate effect may be subtle, only a slight restlessness as your attention moves away from what you already have. But with that shift of attention, you give up the peace you have as you sit in your chair. Seeking comfort, you give yourself discomfort. What if you did get a pillow? That could work, if you have a pillow. You may find yourself back in heaven again. It may be the very thing you needed. Or you could pick up the phone and convince your partner, if you have a partner, to join you, and maybe he or she would actually arrive, and perhaps you would be happier, and perhaps you wouldn't. In the meantime, there goes your peace. The thought that kicks you out of heaven doesn't have to be about comfort or happiness. It could be, I'd be more secure if, or if only it could always be like this, or it could be just the thought of a cup of coffee. Most people are so busy making improvements, they don't notice they've stepped out of heaven. Wherever they are, something or someone could always be better. So how do you get back to heaven? To begin with, just notice the thoughts that take you away from it. You don't have to believe everything your thoughts tell you. Just become familiar with the particular thoughts you use to deprive yourself of happiness. It may seem strange at first to get to know yourself in this way. But becoming familiar with your stressful thoughts will show you the way home to everything you need. Getting to know you. When you begin to notice your thoughts, one of the first things you'll see is that you're never alone. You're not alone with your lover or with anyone else. You're not even alone with yourself. Wherever you go, whomever you're with, the voice in your head goes with you, whispering, nagging, enticing, judging, chattering, shaming, guilt-tripping, or yelling at you. When you wake up in the morning, your thoughts wake up with you. They push you out of bed and follow you to work. They make comments about people at the office and people in the store. They follow you to the bathroom, get into your car when you do, and come back home again with you. Whether or not someone is waiting for you at home, your thoughts will be there waiting for you. If you're afraid to be alone, it means you're afraid of your thoughts. If you loved your thoughts, you would love to be alone anywhere with them. If you loved your thoughts, you wouldn't have to turn on the radio when you get in the car or the TV when you get home. The way you relate to your thoughts, that's what you bring to every relationship you have, including the one with yourself. Your most intimate relationship is the one you have with your thoughts. But wait a minute, you may be asking. That voice in my head, isn't it me? Don't I think my thoughts? You can answer this for yourself. If the voice in your head is you, who's the one listening to it? When you wake up in the morning, you may notice that by the time you realize you're thinking, you're already being thought. Thoughts just appear. You're not doing them. Occasionally, you may have the experience of waking up before your thoughts. The mind spins for a few seconds, seeking to know what it is, and then the world restarts in your thoughts, piece by piece. I am so-and-so. This is Philadelphia. That person next to me is my husband. It's Tuesday. I need to get up and go to work. That process happens continuously when you're awake. Thoughts create your world and your identity in every moment.